Welcome to ChessStrategiesBlog.com. Today we're going to take a look at the rules for checkmate. We won't look at how to checkmate, but we'll just cover what is checkmate, how to get out of checkmate. So here we go. This video is about checkmate, about the rules for checkmate. First of all, you know, or should know, that checkmate is the object of the game. The object of the game is not to have more pieces than your opponent. The object of the game is not to create the most beautiful combination. The object of the game is to checkmate your opponent's king. Checkmate occurs when the king, hopefully your opponent's king, is in check, that is attacked by one of your pieces, and cannot get out of check. As you know, the rules require that if the king can get out of check, he must get out of check by either moving, interposing a piece between the checking piece and the king, or capturing the checking piece. If the king cannot get out of check by any of those means, then the king is checkmated and the game is over. The player that delivered the checkmate wins the game. In this position here, the king is in check from the queen. The queen delivers check along the diagonal. And the king cannot move out of check. He can't move to h1 because the queen attacks that square. And the king can't move to any of these squares that are occupied by his own pieces. And the only other possibility is if the king could capture the queen, but the queen is guarded by the bishop. That is, if the king took the queen, he'd still be in check. Therefore, the king is checkmated, and black has won the game. Let's look at some examples of how the white king might get out of check if the position were different. Here, white has a knight at f3, and by the way, a knight in this position is always a strong defender of the castled king. In this case, white could get out of check by capturing the checking piece at h2. So there is no checkmate. And I've changed the position a little bit here to show an interposition. Let's say that in this position, black wants to try to deliver checkmate by moving his queen from h2 to h1. Now white can get out of check by interposing. And how would he do that? The knight can move from f3 to g1, blocking the check from the queen. And so again, there's no checkmate. If we take another look at this position, when the black queen checks on h1, the king might try to escape out this hole at e2, but notice that the black rook guards that square, covering the king's possible escape. And we've changed this position a bit by removing the knight that was at f3 and the black rook that was at e5. Now if black delivers check, there's no interposition. The knight's gone, he can't interpose, and the rook and the queen can't get in between, can't jump over the king to interpose. But the king has this escape square. He can move out of check. And so there's no checkmate. Again, the three ways of getting out of check are moving the king, as in this case, interposing or blocking the check by putting a piece of yours between the checking piece and your king, or capturing the checking piece. Well, that's a little bit about checkmate, the rules for checkmate, and how you can avoid checkmate. Next will be about stalemate, and then we'll start a series on how to checkmate. That should be fun. Talk to you soon.